And hello YouTube, it is 4:35 p.m. Tuesday, January 25th, and yeah, you probably all can't see it on the video because it's sort of in the distance. There's a lot of obstacles between here and there, but I noticed right as I started on this walkway towards 44th Street that the 44 South bus just passed. That is, I'm assuming it's the 44 South bus. It could be one of the infamous Valley Metro not in service buses, which you see every day at all hours of the day. Watching the Valley Metro app has enabled me to see generally what routes those are and what they're doing. And one thing that they do, and I will give Valley Metro props, like whoever's doing the scheduling, that it's a smart thing to do, is they do have some buses that operate multiple routes. They'll go to the end of one route, and then they'll deadhead to the start of another route, and they'll do that route. Which, you know, hey, if that's the quickest, you know, if that's the best way to get a scheduled bus to its route, then, you know, fine, it's a good thing. However, if that's the route that bus does every day to get from that first route to that second route, why isn't continuous service offered in that other drive that it takes for as many times as it does that? And why isn't an effort being made to turn those trips into routes? You know, maybe change the direction a little bit to allow even hourly service. As much as I don't want to advocate for buses that only run once an hour, if that kind of scheduling could result in an hourly bus on 40th Street or 48th Street or 36th Street or Osborne or Missouri, seems like that would be really, really helpful. Or 52nd Street. There's so many thoroughfares that have a whole lot of vehicle traffic that don't have buses on them there. Food for thought. Wow. And now that I see, you know, and here I see that many people sitting there waiting, which makes me wonder, was that actually a 44 South, or was it a not in service bus? Are those people waiting for the bus, or are they loitering at the stop? They really do look like they're waiting for the bus. To judge, at least the guy standing up does. Now, at this point, in the interest of being on a more serviced route, I think I'm just gonna, especially since I've already walked this far north, I think I'm just gonna walk over to the B of A right there and wait for a 29 westbound, especially since this 44th Street is kind of the cutoff between where all buses serve and some buses serve of the route. Alright, kind of walk signal without waiting. Love it when that happens. Yeah, I'm so curious about those people that were in the parking lot with the electric violin as to whether... Hello, you're in the crosswalk, ma'am. Crosswalk, you're supposed to look both ways. Thank you, look both ways when you pull in a crosswalk. That woman was completely looking to the left, did not even look to the right as she pulled in the crosswalk, nearly hitting me. And she's still sitting there in the damn crosswalk. moments like that, I realize why so many transit-oriented people, and particularly, especially the militant anti-car people, would like to eliminate right turn on red. And I'm not for that, to be honest. I as someone who drives, I appreciate being able to turn right on red, and it saves a lot of time. And generally, I base my navigation, what route I take, on how frequently I have an option to turn right on red, because it's it's a lot quicker to turn right on red than it is to sit at a traffic light. I mean, like, for instance, if I was on my way to somewhere in Scottsdale along McDowell, and I had that red light where that woman had that red light, I would probably turn right on 44th Street, take that as my cue to head down to McDowell rather than sit there at that light. But yeah, so many people oh wow. The guy in the blue truck just totally cut off the people going straight in order to keep going to make his left turn. Oh, what have we got here at the bus stop? We got an empty Coke bottle and an empty vodka bottle. Not gonna lie, that kind of sounds like a decent mixed drink. Throw those away, try to make the bus stop a slightly better place, as opposed to throwing them at cars on the road like that one guy did in my video last week. That guy was very angry and very drunk. At least I'm thinking he was drunk. Possibly he was on drugs or just stupid. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Anyway, at this point, I think I'm just going to wrap this up. Keep thinking about the people with the electric violin, and just wondering if that guy has actually practiced his miming, or if he was actually playing the violin. My gut feeling was practice miming, but I was afraid it's bad enough. I really couldn't tell his. I couldn't see his fingers enough to tell his fingering, and his strokes seemed to match the music. But yeah, I've certainly been reading a lot about that being a hustle, and people who believe they're playing and making donations, feeling as if they've been ripped off. And I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence on that. I mean, I think it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame, but on the same point, I mean, I couldn't really read the guy's sign, but did it say he was actually playing? And is miming not an art? And think about how many performances on TV are mimed. So there was in the Tucson subreddit, there were people talking about this. The people in the parking lots with the electric violins, and it not being a real performance. And I pointed out that it was every bit as live of a performance as the Red Hot Chili Peppers put on at the Super Bowl. And there went the 44 South. I was contemplating going to that. There's no way in hell I'm gonna make it now. That's all right. I got plenty of time to take Thomas across. Feels like it. Yeah, it's 4:44. I should be able to make it across on Thomas and then take the rail down to Van Buren, crossing my fingers. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass that I didn't just end this video and double check to see how long it would be on the 44, because I'd much rather be on that 44 right now. I've missed it. Anyway, yeah, I pointed out that, that's not any more a ripoff than Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Super Bowl was. And the guy was like, "Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers play their instruments." Yeah, they do. Most of the time. They sure as fuck didn't at the Super Bowl. I forget which member they were interviewing about it, but I want to say Flea, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know, I remember seeing an interview shortly after the performance at the Super Bowl where somebody asked about him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, our instruments weren't even plugged in." But Not that that's what they wanted to do; they were given a choice. But there's certainly a lot of so-called live performances that are faked, So, and people pay good money for tickets to go to it, and I don't see them crying fraud, or crying that artist that they paid to see was a scammer. So I find it kind of funny that they perceive, that they immediately jump to the person miming an electric violin as a scammer. But anyway, it's a thing, kind of a weird thing. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up and see. Look at the bus app. I definitely need to get some data service on one or my other Obama phones, because not being able to shoot video and check the bus app at the same time is cramping my style.